Yesterday, we received a lot of Clash of Clans update information. Town Hall 14, when the next update is, super troops, quality of life changes, so much. I want to summarize it for you in this video. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Darian, the Community Manager for Clash of Clans, gave us a ton of update insight yesterday, and I have hand-selected what I felt were the best topics. So let's kick it off with new information on Town Hall 14. We have heard this 18-month time frame in between Town Hall levels previously. Darian did reference that alongside many other things, so I wanted to address this first, because what he said is the 18 months is a guideline. They actually look at the player base and how many players are maxed or close to maxed, so that they can release a Town Hall level optimally. In terms of when Town Hall 14 is coming though, this was a two-pronged question, which is why we have two answers. One of them being with regards to super troops. I will have that as a separate section later on in the video. I always have video chapters, so you can skip ahead to whichever section you want to review. But in terms of Town Hall 14, Darian did say it's likely this year, and they have plans to release 15, 16, 17, 18, they don't plan to stop bringing new Town Hall levels, and Darian did later on say that Town Hall 14 would be coming this year. I think that's the first time we have heard that Town Hall 14 is coming in 2021. He didn't say when it was coming, and whilst I am going to continue summarizing the most interesting topics for me, I have the Reddit forum linked down below. It's quite lengthy, but you can go and read this. It's right there in black and white. That's pretty exciting news for me though, but the question was asked, the Town Hall 14 defense, what would it be? We had the Giga Tesla for Town Hall 12, the Giga Inferno for Town Hall 13. What about Town Hall 14? There's a lot of speculation around the Giga Eagle. Darian said they have plans, but they're not ready to reveal anything yet. I assume it has to be bigger and better. Think about Town Hall 11 when the Eagle Artillery was released. It was so strong that we had the Grand Warden and a counter to get around it. So will we have a new hero? No is your answer, and we kind of expected this. The Barbarian King was Town Hall 7, then it skips a Town Hall level for the Queen at 9, the Grand Warden at 11, and the Royal Champion at Town Hall 13. Darian said they don't want to bring a new hero every Town Hall level, so the earliest they would bring a new hero is Town Hall 15, so there you are, confirmed, no hero at Town Hall 14, but also it's not a guarantee that they would bring a hero at Town Hall 15. My thoughts with regards to this is the more heroes that are added to the game, the more complex the attacking is, and you have to look at multiple hero abilities. I personally feel this is why they added the automatic hero ability feature as they were adding the Royal Champion, and I think it was a really smart way of doing that, but they do have to consider the complexity of attacks as more things get added to the game. There were another couple of questions related to Town Hall 14 before we move to the next subject. This one being, can the game reduce the upgrade time and cost to make it faster? And whilst I have answered this on my channel numerous times, Darian answered it with regards to Town Hall 14 basically, because he said they always are conscious as to how long it takes a brand new player to get to the maximum level. That's pretty obvious, and they want to keep that roughly the same. So think about how long it takes a brand new player now to get to maximum Town Hall 13. That's roughly the timeline they will be looking for. Obviously, it's different based on how active you are. If you are purchasing anything in-game, by the way, a quick shout out. If you are purchasing anything in-game, you can help to support your favorite content creator by entering their code in your settings before making any purchases. My code is Judo, and it is much appreciated, my friends. But we have seen the reduction in time and cost numerous times previously. Many people ask about a second lab. I don't think they will do that. I will tell you why later on in the video with one of the answers, but they will continue to make the lab cheaper and quicker. Last year, they actually made 2 huge cost reductions in line with updates to make the game progress faster. Darian did say within his answer that the massive reductions in cost and time might not be every year. They might not even be with every Town Hall level, although I find that hard to believe if they want the same length of time, but you can expect them to happen over time. The next point on Town Hall 14 kind of overlaps with the World Championships, which I will quickly address next. And the question was, World Championships are a one-year season. Would you not consider bringing a new Town Hall every 24 months, so every 2 years, so you are not dropping a Town Hall update in the middle of a World Championship season? The answer was that 24 months is ultimately too long a time. That's pretty reassuring to hear as a player. It means within every 2 years, we can expect a new Town Hall level. With regards to the World Championships, which I have had the ultimate privilege of casting in previous years, but we haven't heard anything about 2021 yet, Darian said they are inching closer towards an announcement. They're just working through the finer details. Either way, the little point on the end there was because there was another question asked with what are your plans if a new Town Hall level is dropped in the middle of the season? And he said, we're not quite ready to reveal that yet. This is how nice Darian is. He always likes to tease us with update information, but nobody asked when the next update would be released. So he figured he would tell us anyways. They are aiming for the next major update in April. We do know that the Clash team aim to bring an update every quarter, so every 3 months. And in previous years, we have seen an update at the end of March. So I'm not sure if Darian just doesn't want to give any false promises here. I don't think we could expect Town Hall 14 because it wasn't that long ago that they said they hadn't even started working on it. You guys know that I am NDA with Supercell. That's how I can bring you update gameplay early in the form of sneak peeks. By the way, if you do want to see those alongside my educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos, I would recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell. However, back to my point, with regards to the next update, Town Hall 14, I don't know anything. I just love delving into the snippets of information we receive, being a fan of the game, much like you, and bringing that information in the form of a video, giving my spin on things. So I don't think the first update would be Town Hall 14. Maybe with regards to Worlds, it would be, and they just release Town Hall 14 before it even kicks off. I don't know. But the first update, aiming for April. The next topic I find interesting because it's something that I would personally love to see. Clan families or alliances. We can only have 50 people in a clan. Many clans branch out into multiple clans. It would be really cool to be able to link those clans in order to chat, donate. I would love to see a whitelist whereby you could join your clan alliances freely. You don't have to have someone to accept. But whilst you can sit and read the answer, I will summarize and give my take. It's been on their wish list for years. It's just always been prioritized out because they have to weigh up the time of implementing something versus the return. And Darian said if they were going to do this, it wouldn't be worth it to just reprogram for the chat and the donation. They would do it from the ground up. Whilst I agree with that, I can't see this being added anytime soon, if ever. Because let's weigh it up. Town Hall 14, clan alliances. Town Hall 14 wins every day. And recruitment is not the easiest. How many people actually branch out to more than 50 members? So the amount of people that this will be useful for is less than the general player base, and that's why I think it has probably always been prioritized out. And if I'm honest, as much as I would like to see this, I think it'll always be prioritized out for that reason. I always try and be objective with these videos. I would love to see custom Goblin maps. As a player, bring it on. It would be fantastic. But I do understand there would be a lot of moderation for this because not everyone is as nice as you and I. There are trolls in the world and the Clash team would have to moderate whatever custom Goblin maps were implemented. I do think it's something that should be looked at because I think it would be awesome. I would love to see more Goblin maps. I'm a big fan of the Goblin maps, and what better way than to get the community involved to rotate them and bring new maps. I mean, we have the map maker in Brawl Stars. I know it's completely different to this, but there has to be some level of moderation there too, so maybe it is something that could be looked at. But there was another question that relates to this, the Winter Challenge. I think this was way better than the Goblin maps because it brought us all together. We attacked the same base with the same troops. It allowed lower level players to test out maximum level troops for fun. So maybe this is the new style of the Goblin maps. I'm not sure how they integrate it, whether it's exactly the same and they just ignore the Goblin maps. It's right there though when you press attack, so they probably need to do something. But I selected this answer because Darian mentioned here, as he did with numerous other answers, the Winter Challenge was brought up a couple of times, it was a success. They plan to bring it again. But he talks about how single player modes are not their priority. Now, I wonder whether that is in relation to the Goblin maps, or whether he's thinking the Winter Challenge here as well. Because if they consider the Winter Challenge a single player mode, which I guess technically it is, I hope they understand how much of a multiplayer feel it had to it and the amount of socialization that it brought. I'm sure you will agree with me. You can always let me know in the comments if you disagree with anything that I say. Share your thoughts. I'd always be happy to hear those. But my entire clan chat was filled with, what did you do for the Winter Challenge? How did you do this? But like everyone was talking about it. It brought such a huge social aspect. A mega base in Clash of Clans. You know from watching my videos how much I want to see this. It's probably my number 2 feature request. My number 1 is absolute complete customization of wars. I'm talking being able to ban certain troops, max troop levels, downgrade troop levels to a specific town hall level. Whatever you wanted to customize could be done. But anyways, the mega base. The question was simply, are you considering a mega base? It wasn't very specific, and the answer that Darian gave I don't feel is what my perception of what I would like to see is. So here's the answer. We get a lot of requests about this, and whilst it sounds cool on paper, it's technically difficult. Who designs the mega base? Is it the clan leader? Who decides what gets put into that, etc, etc? My idea of a mega base, you can let me know in the comments if you agree, but you wouldn't have a mega base yourself. The mega base would be what you attack. So it could be a challenge similar to the Winter Challenge. It could be the new route of the Goblin maps in order to bring in that multiplayer feel. But the base would be designed by the Clash of Clans team. Maybe they can work in a way that custom bases are added. There might be multiple levels, like in Boom Beach Operations. That's what this mimics. I've mentioned it in many of my videos. I'm not going to go over exactly what it is, but there's a huge Clash of Clans base. And I think 5 members is ideal. Otherwise, smaller clans are at a disadvantage. And the idea of this is it is a short thing. So I don't think it should be a 24-hour continued attack, much like Clan Wars. I think it should be a 1-hour thing, like a short friendly war. So you and a couple of your buddies from the clan would be online at the same time. You might even be on voice via an external application. And you can attack the mega base. An hour gives you enough time that for a 3-minute attack, I think it's wise to keep it at 3 minutes for consistency. But let's say there were 2 Eagle Artilleries to the west of the base. It's a mega base. There might be multiple defenses, remember. I'm the first attacker. My sole job is to get those 2 Eagle Artilleries, and I miss one. Therefore, we now need to discuss as a team what the second attacker does, because the attack now has to be adjusted. So 15 minutes of attack time with the 5 people, plus you need enough time to coordinate between what you are going to actually do. Don't get me wrong, you could just go in one after another and that's it, but there should be enough time that you can coordinate to get the job done. That's what I think a mega base should be. Not that you have a mega base to design. I think that's actually a terrible idea. I totally wouldn't want to see that. And I agree why Darian discussed what he did, but that's my idea of a mega base. That's what I would like to see. Do you agree? Let me know. I do want to address, though, that whilst I share my thoughts on what I would like to see, I fully understand why they wouldn't be added to the game. Let's say the custom-friendly wars that I mentioned. That would be a nightmare for the team to integrate. So, whilst selfishly, I would love to see that. It would be incredible. The team know what works. They have data to tell them what updates are enjoyed by the masses, not just my opinion. But I can still share my opinion with you. Now, there were numerous questions on, can we use our heroes when they are upgrading for friendly challenge? Now, I've selected this answer because whilst I don't disagree with what is said, I disagree with the thought process of it. So it is a ruled out idea. It is not coming. And Darian said, if they allowed upgrading heroes in friendly challenge, people would ask for them in friendly wars. Then people would ask for them in clan wars. Whilst I don't disagree that that would happen, I don't think that the decision should be ruled out based on that, because a friendly challenge and a friendly war is a completely different kettle of fish. It is a friendly. So I personally feel like I should be allowed to use my heroes even if they're upgrading. For friendly wars, I would personally, like I said, want full customization, but I think you should be able to click a button and use maximum troops for your town hall level if you wish. It would allow you to test out whether those troops were actually worth the upgrade. But back to the point of heroes. I think they should be allowed for friendly challenge and friendly wars because there's a clear distinction. It shouldn't be allowed for clan wars. I agree with that. I don't disagree that people would test their luck and ask for it, but I think the team could easily say, you can use them when they're upgrading for friendly challenge and friendly wars because they're a friendly. A war is a war. You have to manage your upgrades around that. Also, just to say that a war gives you a reward in terms of the loot and actually goes towards your clan's statistics. So that is why heroes shouldn't be used, because it means something. But a friendly is just a friendly. It means nothing. So that's why I think they should be used. That's where the team can make that clear distinction, in my opinion. Just a few little topics to cover now. We did reference super troops earlier on. Darian did say, this was in relation to the super golem, by the way, that they have a huge list of super troops that they are working on. There was a lot of other questions, basically answered with, you can expect more super troops, but this one was really interesting because the person asking the question said, have you considered making, let's say, an air troop a ground troop for the super version? Something I hadn't thought of, but I really like the idea. And Darian said they have thought about it in terms of, let's say, giving the healer the ability to be a ground troop but heal air troops, because currently, you know, the healer is an air troop and heals ground troops. But it's not really being worked on because of the logistics behind it. However, he did say it wouldn't surprise him if they did decide to bring something like this in the future. So unlike the previous topic, it is not a ruled out idea. It's not being worked on, but it's something I hadn't thought of, which is really cool, and we could maybe see in the future. A new game mode. Not a new village, but a new game mode. This is something that was referenced quite a lot. Darian said they are working on something that is going to be very enjoyable. They're not ready to release details on it yet, but that definitely spiked my curiosity. This was referenced a number of times, but there was also this question and answer, which was in relation to, could we have any other monthly rotating events, such as the Clan War Leagues and the Clan Games? This is where Darian also referenced what I would assume is this new game mode that they are working on, but not ready to release information on yet. So it sounds like we can expect something pretty exciting in the future, and it is most likely, based on my assumption of reading the thread, that it will be a monthly rotating event, but no details yet. Sounds cool though. The question has been asked previously, could we get multiple hero abilities? So for example, for the Barbarian King, you could toggle between the Iron Fist or a second ability. Darian said that whilst this is a cool idea and they have looked at it, it doesn't necessarily offer the flexibility that they want players to have in terms of versatility of gameplay, because most people would choose their one ability, set it and forget it. Whilst I would love to see multiple hero abilities, I completely agree with this. I think most people would. And also, if they add multiple hero abilities, they have to think of balancing of the game. And if most people are just going to set it and forget it, then, well, there's probably not much point. The 100 building limit is why the Clash of Clans team, I think, will never add a second lab, because it contributes to the problem. So 100 buildings would mean that potentially if you took one down, you might not get a percentage point. And that is an issue. It's something that the team are looking at, they are worried about, but at the moment they don't have a solution to. But they won't add a second lab to contribute to the problem, because let's say with Town Hall 14, which we've been discussing, we could probably expect a new defense or something new to build, which would add to the problem in itself, especially as they continue moving through the levels. If you do want to know how all of the Clash of Clans troops work, their AI, I did an extensive guide a couple of days ago, and I think you would really enjoy that one. So I've got it linked here alongside the subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed listening to all those update insights. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.